30 all.
That was a donation point here. Verdasco would be having a pretty easy hold to go up 40-15. Now it's back to 30 all. These are the sort of little openings that Nadal thrives on here. Verdasco needs a couple of big serves now.
Oh, it's huge play from both men. And look at the reaction from Nadal. He's starting to get a taste in this game. It's a break point.
Some of the best forehands of the match from him there. Brilliant stuff.
30-40.
Just haven't seen enough of those tonight so far. Maybe this is the change. Another good response from Verdasco on a big point. Brave going out to the Nadal forehand on break point down.
Nadal's just upping the tempo at the moment.
It's getting ahead of him in the rallies.
Verdasco will do well to live with this just increase of intensity from Nadal. First time as well you've seen Verdasco really gesticulate towards his corner. Just voice some uncertainty, some disapproval maybe. That's a big serve. Nadal will challenge.
On the left side, the ball was called in.
It would be ace number 8 if it's called good. Nadal pointed to a mark that was a good half an inch out. But how does Hawkeye see it? It will have the final say. And Nadal is way off.
Nadal has 2 challenges remaining.
Just shows you what the players see sometimes. Totally different. They're not always right.
Advantage Nadal.
Yeah, a little bit more juice on that ball, and Verdasco not moving his feet.
Well, this game could be the difference between 1 set all or 2 sets to love for Verdasco.
Too short. See how far Nadal is away from that, and brilliant serve. Again, that's just not getting the job done, that type of shot mid-court.
Oh, yes.
Advantage Nadal.
Oh, I read that one early.
Another one of those rallies that with Nadal. Looks like he's out of the point. Not quite wide enough on that approach shot. But what a passing shot. That wrap-around forehand.
Fourth break point of this game. Uncle Tony liked it.
They broke a string there. Broke a string on the return to serve. Can you believe that? That's unbelievable.
Uses a synthetic string at Nadal. It's not natural gut in there. It's slightly harder wearing, a thicker string to get more purchase on the ball.
Well, what a game this will be if Verdasco can get out of it psychologically.
It's good spring. Good hang time as well from Verdasco. Seems to stay up there for an age.
That's first serve.
Well, it deserves it. Thoroughly deserves that service hold. Verdasco face down 4 break points in there. And we're tied up once again, and still we've yet to have a break of serve.
4 games all.
No point in saying we wonder how Nadal's going to respond. We know how he's going to respond, but how will Verdasco, possibly more to the point, respond to really just getting out of jail on that game? Will that just increase the confidence and the belief?
Fifteen love. Fifteen all. 30-15. Dan Nadal. Nadal leads 5 games to 4.
When you look at the, shall we say, unusual finalists we've had over the years, is this much of a surprise that Verdasco's in the semi-finals and, you know, could well take it out here? If he takes the second set, then it could get seriously interesting.
It could, and no, it isn't. I mean, simply because that's why I think the Australian Open is so interesting. It's always, to me, one of the most fascinating of the Grand Slams, because it's at the beginning of the year. You never know how much the previous year has taken out of the top players. You don't know how they're going to react coming in here. You don't know who's trained the hardest, who's had enough rest. So you always get surprises here, and that makes it fun to watch, because it's the most unpredictable of the Grand Slams. It certainly has been anyway for the last, well, as many years as I can remember. If you look at some of the finalists that have got through and semi-finalists that have come from nowhere, so it makes it a very interesting Grand Slam to watch.
Yeah, Songa last year, Gonzalez, Thomas Johansson, who won the title, defeated Safin in the final. That was a major surprise back then.
Yeah.
Peter Korda. The list goes on of people that have just made their name from the first slam of the year.
Yep. Well, there was the German Schudler against Agassi.
Yep.
That was
forgot about him. How can I forget about
that?
him?
That one was the biggest surprise probably ever.
Arnaud Clément.
Arnaud
against
Clément.
Agassi as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just people you wouldn't pick at the start of a slam to go the distance. And we all knew that Verdasco was dangerous, but we didn't think A, he was going to get past Murray, B, get past Songa, and C, be in this position against Nadal.
Yeah.
Some effort. A lot of people have got some newfound respect for Fernando Verdasco. This will tell us a bit more about the Spaniard. I should say older Spaniard.
You just know what Nadal was thinking after he lost that previous game when he had to break points. I mean, a lot of players would think, how could I have lost that? He'll be thinking, well, I'm getting closer now. I mean, that's the kind of attitude that Nadal would have.
Yeah.
I'm almost there. Set that up nicely too.
Love 15.
We've seen that play from Verdasco a lot tonight, where he's given that sort of opening to the forehand side and Nadal's gone for it, and then he's just gone over there and slapped a forehand cross court, and that one just didn't quite connect right. 2 hours this match already, and they're still not even through the second set.
Just a bit of wildlife to be tidied up by the ball boy.
Well, crowd gave that a clap. Some people would have stepped on it and crunched it.
So the other day in the women's, was it semi-final, quarter-final?
15 all.
They were, moths were just falling down from the sky. It was too hot, couldn't fly, were just dying on court. Weren't they having to be swept up after every game? It was that hot. Normally Nadal at least makes you play a volley.
It's a long way back though from Nadal there. You can see how deep he is. Really deep the whole way. Look how far back he is for this shot. I mean, that's what, 12 feet back. Not easy to pass from back there. Very short return. That one is going to get eaten alive.
Stayed up in court, was well up in court, Verdasco. And Nadal has pulled this back to deuce, just 2 points away from levelling this semi-final. Again, you're just waiting for Verdasco to show us his inexperience at this level. Remember, it's his first Grand Slam semi-final. You're not supposed to play like this. Believe that shot from Nadal. That was a joke.
Verdasco even smiling. That was one of the best rallies of the tournament. The shot selection from both players here was just Verdasco. That backhand slice, that was absolutely brilliant. And the forehand, what a joke that was.
Great stuff from both men.
God.
Look at that from Nadal, biceps bulging, fist pumping. Set point. It's long, and all of a sudden we're at 1 set all. But it did take something truly special from Rafael Nadal to level this one. What a semi-final.
6 games to 4, 1 set.
This is great stuff. Oh boy, that was just beautiful to watch. What a game.
That was Verdasco just going off for maybe a change of shirt and to regroup. Couldn't have played the set much better, Verdasco. But that forehand at deuce. Oh, I mean, have you seen a better forehand?
No, that was the best one of the tournament that I've seen. We see the stats there, more winners, but creeping up Nadal in that set. In the first set, he was way behind on winners. He has upped the tempo with the aggression, and the unforced errors is still staying at 5, which I believe that's what it was in the first set.
Yep.
So he's kept that down there, and now he's up the tempo, which is what he had to do. So that's just smart play from Nadal, knowing what he had to do. 89% first serves, and still in the 70s for Verdasco. Well, it's just high quality tennis, that's all you can say. And now the tests again begin for Verdasco. He's handled it incredibly well, but you would think that he would be saying to himself deep down, I played a great set there and I still ended up losing it, and now I'm 1 set off. I've still got to win 2 more against this guy, who is an absolute...
Here it is.
This is well, that forehand is just frightening. What a scrapper he is. He's just mentally so strong that nothing affects him. It doesn't matter what the score is, whether his opponent is playing out of his mind. He just thinks deep down, you've still got to win a point to point to point to beat me, and I'm going to be in your face all night. It's that kind of mentality.
It was a shame they didn't stay on the ball boy that was running up to give Nadal his towel after that forehand, because the ball boy arrived with this massive smile on his face. It was just he was enjoying it as much as we all were.
Oh, what a match this is. And for the crowd, very knowledgeable group, the Australians, but there'll be a lot of people in the crowd that will not be that familiar with Verdasco, and we're probably thinking, as a lot of people, that this was going to be a bit of a mismatch.
Yeah.
And they are loving it, absolutely loving it. Stunning standard of tennis.
Maybe just a good move by Verdasco to go off court here and slow it down. You talk about sort of tactical timeouts, and we often bemoan the fact they're taken at the wrong time, but I think for Verdasco, smart play.
Yep.
Just a change of shorts by the looks of it, not a top for Verdasco. Just to settle things down, let the crowd talk about those last 2 points for 2 or 3 minutes, and let Nadal just also settle down, let the adrenaline settle through Nadal's veins. 2 sets of first-class tennis we've had tonight. 2 hours and 8 minutes of play.
Oh, by that we could have a 5-hour match if it goes to 5.
Well,
5 sets at this quality stage, and the amount of games that have gone to 30 oars and juices in this, it's been very few sort of easy games, long points. I mean, this is and if it does go into that sort of length, then obviously that's when we really look at Verdasco's training and those running up the sand dunes with Gilrays. Well, that's when it will pay off. Great stuff.
Nadal will start the 3rd set.
3rd set, Nadal to serve. Love 15. On. $30.50.
Bit sloppy there
14-15.
from Verdasco. Should have done more with the approach, and the volley was not pretty there.
Forty 30. Nadal.
Now solid hold.
First game, third set.
Now this will be an interesting game here for Verdasco. Needs to re-establish himself after losing that set. The momentum switched obviously to Nadal's side. Now he's just held serve. Verdasco got to get himself back into this. Send out a message that losing that set was no big deal.
No surprise that very few people have left their seats for this one. Of course, a Friday night in Melbourne, so nobody really has to go to work. Unless you're a real estate agent, to try and sell a house tomorrow.
That's a better return.
Love 15.
It's a gutsy point here from Verdasco. Looked like he was out of it. Read this one very quickly. Nice soft hands there just to maneuver the racket head.
It's the way to keep a point short against Nadal.
He's been spot on with these attacks into the net when he gets Nadal on the run. He's reacted very quickly those first couple of steps. He's managed to pick Nadal's shots up while they're nice and high in the air for a comfortable volley. The return of serve again, just a little bit short.
40-15.
That one there just gives Verdasco the chance to jump on top of that one again. Nicely timed into the net. Solid technique on that backhand volley. It's just a big difference now with Nadal's ground strokes. Not all the time, but a lot more than he was doing. Certainly in the first set, he's making Verdasco go for shots now where he's in an awkward position, where he's backing up a little bit, where he can't dominate the rally.
You do just start to wonder if Nadal can get an early break here. The third set might be over quite quickly.
Facial expressions are just changing slightly now.
A little bit, yeah, agreed. Verdasco's really just got to dig his heels in here. Believe in his shots and the way that he's played so far. Keep Nadal out of his mind if possible.
Advantage, Nadal.
Just a little bit ragged.
That's again something that you might be feeling it, but you don't want to be showing that to Rafa. He feeds off that.
Break point Nadal, start of the third. Oh, it's well played again. It's what you want to see from Verdasco.
Just makes you play one more shot though, Nadal. Executed beautifully there.
Lined it up. He's made those on several occasions tonight. But as John correctly said, you just are starting to see facially and the expressions that Verdasco is putting together that he's feeling under a bit of stress. Maybe not feeling that he can continue the standard, the high standard that he's produced in the opening two sets.
Net for serve.
Well, 2 break points in this game for Verdasco, and both of them exceptionally well played.
But the worry is, though, he's having to now come up with some incredible shots just to stay in this game, and he's not having many easy points like he was in the first. Now that's, from that range, he's been deadly tonight. Just past that service box area, and the return's not deep enough there. Oh, that one's just inside it, and he can rip it either side.
On the line, Verdasco will have a look, but I think if he appeals, he'll.
I saw it good.
Jake Garner saying he saw it good. I think we all did.
Deuce.
Yeah, inside the line. It's interesting that Jake Garner had a verbal discussion with Nadal midway through the second set about coaching. And Verdasco, on 3 occasions alone in this service game, has said something to his corner and got a response back.
Advantage for Verdasco.
Verdasco into double figures on the aces. This one just catching.
That's a little bit of a worrying sign. Just a couple of shots in this game. He's still in this game. He's rescued himself very well, but he's gone for a couple of shots that we didn't see in the first set and a half, where he was in control when he was aggressive. Occasionally he missed, but the last couple, it's almost like his legs are not quite there, and he's going for something that the odds are way against him making.
Oh, Verdasco calling this one. This is this is dangerous.
He messed up once on doing this. First time also, he looks like he's puffing a little bit.
Yep. How does Hawkeye view this one? It was deep, we know for sure, but was it good? And it was, by the looks of that. Yep.
Verdasco has 2 challenges.
So twice in this match, Verdasco has stopped the play, gone to Hawkeye with the firm belief that the ball had gone long, and twice he's been proven to be incorrect. 3rd break point of this game for Nadal. He has produced his best tennis on the break points.
Again, though, Nadal in that rally for me, just doing enough on that ground stroke. Got himself in he was on the back foot, didn't do enough with it. Oh, it's wild.
Advantage Nadal.
He's on the edge, I think.
Yep.
We all feel, I think, he's on the edge.
Yep.
Verdasco.
Well, the serve is really the thing that's keeping him in this game. That was another opportunity. He missed the volley, but he's hit some big serves on these break points down. He might be able to get away with this game with some more big serves.
Made it on the line, and Nadal breaks. It may well just be the break that shatters the hopes of this man who's played so well up until now. Two-love Nadal. And this one just curved in, was probably going out until the last moment, and then it just dropped in. New balls in play. Got to think Verdasco, if he's going to get back on level terms, needs to do so now.
Oh, that would have been spectacular if that had gone in.
Love 15.
So quick. He's got some firepower.
Love 30.
And still so dangerous because he's got the potential to hit these type of shots from anywhere.
Found it.
Love 40.
This is the type of response that we wanted to see from Verdasco. Nadal didn't, but everybody else probably did. Inch perfect. 3 points to break back here for Verdasco. Break. That's what you wanted to see from Verdasco. Nadal, I'm sure, just silently seething. He allowed Verdasco to get back on level terms, but you've got to hand it to the more inexperienced player at this stage. He was worth the break.
That one I couldn't see coming at all. After the 2-love, I thought it looked to me like his mind was certainly wavering a bit, and Nadal being Nadal, I thought that game he would really bunker down and hold that serve, but that was really, well, 2 of those points were just pure brilliant from Verdasco. That really wasn't Nadal's fault. That last one was not a great forehand, but still, that's an awesome response. And there were just signs in that previous game of just,
yeah, he thought he was going.
Well, he's looking a little bit leggy too. He was trying to go for some shots that were just way off the court with not much chance of success, and that's normally a sign when someone's legs start to go. They start taking unnecessary risks because they just feel that they can't stay out there for the long rallies. But then what a response in that last game, and he's still got that firepower where you can't count him out because he can just string winners together. And that was one of his best games of the whole match. Fabulous match.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully the women's final tomorrow will provide us with the same sort of fare. We'll have that live for you on the red button tomorrow morning at 8:30. 7:30 here at night is normal here in Melbourne. The first time the women's final has been played under the lights at the Rod Laver Arena. Should be a special atmosphere. There's Roger Federer, firmly tucked up in bed right now, and no doubt enjoying this one as much as we are and everybody else here on Rod Laver. It's been a surprisingly close semi-final. So back on serve after early exchanges of breaks in this third set. Verdasco 1-2.
Love 15. Fifteen.
Just more examples. The pace he can get off that forehand, and with Verdasco's forehand, you wouldn't really hear talk about it being sort of in the top 5, even possibly top 10 weapons on the tour, but I think after watching him during this tournament, you'd have to put him in the top 5 in that category of the forehand side.
40-15.
Anybody that can take Nadal off the court with a stroke like he's done tonight, it's got to be pretty awesome, and he certainly has done that with the forehand. Easy hold. Very impressive.
Two games.
He was having looked like he was just starting to panic mentally and maybe a touch physically at the start of this third. Verdasco's found some renewed vigour out here. The mental state of his game as well has just come back to him. He's firmed up in that area as well.
Love 15.
I wonder whether the early stages of this third set was largely due to the way Nadal finished off the second, with that running forehand shot down the line that you won't see too often, and taking the set.
15 all.
Verdasco now has hit a staggering 53 winners. Not sure if anybody's ever done that to Nadal before after only 2.5 sets. Got away with it. That was that nothing shot from Nadal that sat.
30, 15.
Miss hit by both men in that rally.
30 all.
Unfortunately, Nadal's miss hit landed very short. This one here. And that one very easy. Verdasco to get on top of. Now a little opening here at 30 all.
That's not the touch that Nadal was expecting, I'm sure, from his racket strings. Verdasco quickly onto it.
Hasn't hit this shot very well tonight, the drop shot. Verdasco has been able to read them all. He missed a couple when he just pushed them wide, but he's also made 3 or 4 winners from that shot. That was a bit of a gift. Don't see that very often.
Well, having sprung out to an early lead, Nadal at the beginning of the third, 2-love. Verdasco potentially on a bit of a roll right now. Could respond with 3 games on the bounce.
Certainly had a chance there.
Advantage, Nadal. Nadal. Nadal leads 3-2.
No real indication that Verdasco was going to come all the way to the semi-finals, bearing in mind that this is the first time he's won 5 consecutive matches on a hard court. He was made the final in Brisbane at the start of the year, so possibly could have pointed to the fact that he arrived here in good shape and in good form. But when you haven't won a series of matches, more than 4 matches on a hard court, how could you have picked this one?
No, no, certainly didn't. That's for sure.
There's Nadal's racket being taken off to the string. I think he's already done that once tonight. It'll take about 20 minutes. The stringer or stringers, which are just underneath this stadium court, will no doubt have Nadal's tensions already in their little books, or fully aware of the way that Nadal likes his rackets to be produced, strung.
I don't know why, though, they do that when they've got 9 in their bag. They're all strung at the same tension. I don't understand why they bothered to get another one done in the middle of the match. They've still got another 8 left.
Yeah.
Maybe he has, well, favourite ones, but they're all the same, aren't they, now? It's not like in the old days with the wood rackets, where they definitely would be different.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's starting to get a bit cooler down there, as you probably expect. What, 20 to 11 at night now, and there was a cool change predicted this evening from the 40-degree plus temperatures we've had over the last 4 days. Maybe he just felt that something that would be slightly looser might help him get through the pace and through the court a bit more.
Yeah.
They are all the variations that you have to take into account in Australia. It's not just about hitting tennis balls.
Oh, what a pity.
Love 15.
Just must be a nightmare, though, to play Nadal. He just gets every ball back, and you just got to hit another one. Bit casual, not a very good volley there. Missed it by a long way. Didn't have his head level with the ball there. That was a bit of a lazy shot. Responds though so well tonight.
15-all.
That was a big point, and he just made that forehand look so easy, and it was not.
Oh, how did he get that? How did he get that?
I don't think Verdasco thought he was going to get that. I think when he saw him chasing for it, I think he thought he wasn't going to get it, and he was a bit casual. Didn't close and cut the angle off there. What speed? That's a joke. Huge point here right now.
Must have shot through on the baseline, or else Nadal would have challenged.
30-all.
Not a very good return of serve, though, again from Nadal. Second serve, mid-court.
That's remarkable. Truly remarkable play, and no surprise that Verdasco is frustrated. Probably against anybody else in the game, he'd have won that point halfway through the rally. Nadal just kept putting the ball back, retrieving, and extracted the error. Break point. Once more, Verdasco has just got to regroup.
Nadal leads 4 games to 2.
Second time Nadal has broken in this set. Verdasco on the previous occasion broke straight back to love. Somehow Verdasco's got to find a way to respond again in similar fashion.
Oh, the defense of Rafael Nadal in that game, some of the shots he got back were just remarkable. Picked the wrong way. Well read.
Love 15.
Nadal wary of that forehand. Went off to the backhand.
$15.
Yeah, too good, that one. Beautifully lined up there.
$30.
That's an unusual mistake there. Big point as well.
40.
Surely not another break back.
Nothing would surprise me tonight. I've been surprised already by the quality of Verdasco. Close to 3 hours now, and he's been exceptional. It is a break back. How's that? Just when you think Rafael Nadal is starting to take control, Fernando Verdasco just hits back and reminds you he's still alive in this semi-final. Back on serve in the third.
And now we're getting to the business end of the set as well, and it's a worry for Nadal with that break that he just lost again. We've seen time and time again in this match how capable Verdasco is of stringing winners together. He's a dangerous man, and that whole break sort of stemmed really from that first point that Nadal should have won, where he had the easy put away and went back to the same place where Verdasco was standing, and that sort of set the tone for the game. Unusual for for Nadal to break twice and get broken back immediately. Well, it's certainly the best 3 sets of tennis I've seen throughout the tournament.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's without question the best night session we've had, night match.
Yep.
But arguably one of the most unexpected of matches. We all knew rather that Verdasco was playing well. He had to be to get through to this stage, but I don't think anybody truly believed that he would be pushing the world #1 like he is. And still in with a shot of taking a 2-1 lead. So the winner to face Roger Federer will have the men's final live for you Sunday morning on the BBC, 8:30 in the morning.
Love 15.
That was sort of almost a mirror image of the first point on the previous game, when Verdasco there looked like he was going to win that point and went back to where Nadal was standing. Still at 71%. His first serve percentage, that's quite remarkable. Nadal at 75%. And still hasn't served a double fault yet in this match for Verdasco. Unbelievable.
He didn't need to take it, did he? Just wanted to bury that ball.
30-15.
I think wisely just going to the towel, as has Nadal.
Nadal again just drifting a long way back now behind the baseline again. He's getting back into that sort sort of mode of not doing much with the ground strokes again, letting Verdasco take over in the rallies.
Verdasco just showing us all how close Nadal's slice was to the top of the tape. Look at this, skimmed, stayed very low.
Advantage Verdasco.
It's a good hold. Levels up the scoreline in the third set.
4 games off.
Remember, these two had met 6 times before, and Nadal had won on every occasion. He'd only dropped the one set, and that was on the grass of Queen's Club back in 2006. All the other matches had been comprehensive victories for Nadal. Never dropped more than 4 games in a set. One love set, one 6-1 set, 6-2, several 6-2 sets for Nadal.
pt2. $30. 30-15.
Nice attacking forehand there from Nadal.
Yeah, Nadal. Nadal leads 5 games to 4.
Just gone 3 hours of play. Maybe expect Nadal to just raise the tempo like he did towards the end of the second set. Pretty much every step of the way, every inch of the way, Verdasco has been his rival.
3 hours and they still haven't played 3 sets yet. Imagine if this had been earlier on in the week and it had been following a ladies. It would have been, could be 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, could well be. Some of the ladies going long, they were finishing at 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
So we'd be coming up to 2 o'clock in the morning and probably staying another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Could have gone past Hewitt Bagdatis of last year. Set all the records, that one, finishing at 4:30 in the morning.
Time.
Just hope next year the organisers have learned a lesson somewhat and will just schedule the one main singles match at 7:30 and maybe a doubles afterwards. Or even just flip the men and the women round, so the men play at 7:30 and the women play afterwards.
Yeah.
All things being equal, as Federer said the other day, the days of equality. Why can't the women play second night match rather than first all the time? Anyway, we'll see. That's a point to be debated maybe after the championships and before next year. Let's bring it back to the present for Verdasco. He's serving to stay in the third set.
No, that's some good
15 love.
defensive play then from Verdasco. A couple of times there, Nadal really putting some extra juice on the ground strokes, and he held his ground really well.
Love. 30-15.
Unfortunate Nadal, because he dropped a couple short the early exchanges of that rally. And Verdasco rather let him back in the point.
Just this one here, you open up the angle if you don't hit a winner. That's what happened. Now, slight opening for Nadal.
serve. Found the sideline.
40-30.
Nadal just there with his movement, looking for the swinging serve down the middle. Didn't flinch, did he, at 30-all? Didn't even seem to think that he was 2 points away from losing that third set.
Looks like he has total confidence in his serve. Gets himself out of trouble again with two big serves. Now the pressure switches.
$15. $30. 40-11.
Second double fault from Nadal. Oh, it's an extreme angle. Nadal holds for a 6-5 lead.
Nadal leads 6-5.
Verdasco's had a busy championship, made the quarterfinals of doubles with Davis Cup teammate Feliciano Lopez. So he's played a lot of tennis over the last 10 days or so. And as we've already said, this is the furthest he's ever gone by a long way in a Grand Slam. But has looked the part. Hasn't looked out of place here at all.
Not at all. He's been awesome. He really, he's so exciting to watch because he's got that mixture of that sort of brilliance at the sort of flair that he has, and he combines that with now, you know, the defensive play is a lot better, and also mentally he hangs in there. Before he was very flaky. It's up and down, good winners, but a lot of bad losses. But now he's playing a much more of a smarter game out there. And the serve has been excellent tonight, 72% for serves. He's got to keep that percentage up though, because it's setting himself up for the second shot where he can take command of the rally. If that percentage starts dropping and he starts giving Rafa a few more second serves to work on, then things may switch around. But even when he's looked a bit suspect, the serve has got him out of trouble. But once again, he's under pressure, being a game down in this set.
So for the second time of asking, Verdasco will serve to stay in the third. And as you will always expect from Nadal, he'll be chasing a break here.
Net for two.
First overall of the evening, Jake Garner, clearly feeling confident. Looks like we're heading into a tiebreak.
Don't hold back on that one.
40-15.
Got to keep concentrating here, Verdasco, even at 40-15 with Nadal.
Verdasco of old, I think, just going for something that was overly pretty, shall we say. It didn't need to be. An angle that maybe wasn't really there.
Oh.
We do go into a tiebreak. Dice number 12 from Verdasco. This is where Verdasco is truly dangerous. First set went to a breaker. He won it 7 points to 4. And in that tiebreak just flashed a couple of winners. And that is what Nadal will have to be wary of, that from nowhere, Verdasco can just uncork some winners. And in a tiebreak, it can be lethal.
Nadal.
struggled tonight, Nadal, to get away from that forehand side.
1-all.
It's obviously his natural inclination to go for that one. That would be normally going to a right-hander's backhand, but that one, time and time again, we've seen Verdasco just step into it and just crunch it down the line.
That's what Nadal was hoping for. Free error, really, from Verdasco's racket. But again, Verdasco's been so good at just bouncing back after a disappointment. Remember, he was down twice a break of serve in this third set and hit straight back. So just the one mini break is not insurmountable odds for Verdasco.
Nadal.
Loose.
4-1, Nadal.
Well, if he ever needs the serve to work now, this is the time. He's got to get this one going at 1-4. It's only a mini break, but really needs both these points.
That's one.
Nadal.
I think you can pretty much guarantee in this tiebreak that Nadal's not going to gift Verdasco a point. He'll make his countryman earn it. It's been an animated Verdasco corner tonight, hasn't it? His father on the right-hand side, the main cheerleader in the middle. Oh, Jake Garner again getting involved. Wonder if Nadal is going to challenge. No, he won't.
Yeah, it was good. First serve.
So first serve for Verdasco, and if Hawkeye was used by Nadal, it was proven to be in.
Spraying the ball again.
5-2, Nadal.
Not a good tiebreaker so far from Verdasco.
This tiebreak in particular, more to me, just about mental application.
Yep.
Just Nadal's stubbornness of not making any errors. Happy to set his stall 6 feet behind the baseline and play the retriever. Let Verdasco make the errors. So far, he's obliged.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
Four set points for Nadal. Nadal enter double figures in the aces and into a 2-1 lead. Another enthralling set of tennis goes the way of the world #1. Nadal just quickly going for a break.
The ball's around that side.
Now again, you just look at Verdasco and wonder, particularly when you go to that shot, how he's going to come back at Nadal.
Well, that's exactly right. Almost 3.5 hours now of tennis. And this type of quality, if you just look at that last set, the winners again from Verdasco very high, but for the first time he's made more unforced errors than winners, which is not a good sign. 11 for Nadal, a few more than he has in the other sets, but 7 unforced errors, very, very consistent in that regard. Still keeping the first serve percentage up very well there for Verdasco. Verdasco just basically fell off in the tiebreaker. Until then, he had had the right combination of being aggressive and being steady. It just fell apart in that tiebreaker, and he just isn't used to being in this type of position in the semi-finals of a Grand Slam, playing a match of this length against a player of this quality. And to be able to sustain the sort of attacks that he's been doing without having letdowns just proved a little bit too much just at the end of the set in the tiebreaker, but that's all it would take. And Nadal is just ready, always ready to pick up the pieces. He played a very good tiebreaker himself. So now, you know, the old questions again with Verdasco. How much fight has he got left in him? Has he got the stamina? Nadal certainly has. It looks like he could play another 5 sets. Wow, gone for the apple there. Used to seeing the bananas.
Time.
Not too much body fat there. Well, Roger Federer must be absolutely loving this. I'm sure he'd like this to go to 5 sets. Great semi-finals, though. The only hope is that whether it goes 4 or 5, that both players manage to keep this standard up, because the quality has been absolutely phenomenal. At least Verdasco
4th set.
can open up the serving in the 4th set and not have to be chasing the set as he was in the last one.
15 love. $15 all. $30-15. $40-15. Again, Verdasco.
Well, any thought that Verdasco may be deflated,
First game, point six.
having lost that third set on the tiebreak. Guess again, a comfortable hold and a one-love lead. We'll have both the singles finals live for you on the BBC. The women's final will be on Saturday morning at 8:30 on the red button. Dinara Safina against Serena Williams. Williams going for her 10th Grand Slam singles title. And then on Sunday morning, BBC 2 at 8:30, we'll have the men's final. Roger Federer vying to equal Pete Sampraz's record of 14 Grand Slams up against the winner of this one. And if it was Rafael Nadal, it would be the rematch that we've all wanted in a Grand Slam final. They haven't met since that late night encounter at Wimbledon 6 or 7 months ago. What a match that was. We'll also have highlights of the women's final on BBC One at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, just in case you're already occupied on Saturday morning.
Love 30. $15-30. $30 all. $40-30.
Just starting to miss a few more of those, trying to explode down the line. Tell you one thing that hasn't changed for Verdasco after 3 hours and 31 minutes, it's his hair. Hasn't moved, has it? No.
Again, Nadal.
Nadal equals up early stage of the fourth.
One game off.
Temperatures that thankfully predicted to drop overnight. A westerly change coming across Victoria. Being forecast around 30.